sorry, I always think about her boobs when I look at her, and it's so annoying. Because I'm not like that, you know? But she just, they're just in my face all the time. Like, she's like, motorboat. I'm like, no. No. Sorry. Coco, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like this. Please don't leave me. Hello everyone, this is Boricua Beings and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. In the last episode, unfortunately, Edgeworth is still being suspected of murdering the hot Meganekun on the plane. But then our handy helper, the flight attendant Miss Rhoda Tenero, seems to have been lying about getting the captain's permission to help us. So she's gone for now to be scolded by the captain or something. So we have the other flight attendant, this very strange lady, Cammy Meele, assisting us as we are investigating the in-flight shop. So let's continue on. I love how every time I sign back in, it still says Turnabout Airlines beginning. Like, damn, Banks, how slow are you going? It's been the beginning for at least 4 or 5 episodes now. I'm so slow, apparently. Alrighty, so let's examine. The glass from this display case's door is shattered all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat. It's a tiny captain's hat. I swear I've seen one of these before. Like on the little doll that she's holding, you know? Anything else? Should we get closer? Anything? No. Okay. Look at what's in here. There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I'd suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay, then how about you buy something for me then, as a present? I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything. Oh, that's a sick burn, actually. She's like, damn, my boobs don't work on him. But I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. We'll talk, but I still want to buy you shit. No, I can't look at whatever's in that corner. Okay, I think we're done looking around in here. So, let's do some logic. Alright, we still don't know about the broken glasses. We've got the suitcase, the tiny hat. Because if you look at the, like I said, the doll she's carrying is the same mascot, Mr. iFly, but this statue doesn't look exactly the same, so... Let's connect. Whoosh! Yeah! The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it? Okay.
Nani? Really?
Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop. Wait, You don't know what things go... Oh, okay. I was like, that didn't make sense. Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop.
Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So come on, how should I know anything?
I'd be surprised if you know which boob is supposed to go on which side.
Aren't they identical?
No, clearly they're not. Don't you know that one boob is bigger than the other?
How would you know that if you're gay?
I just know these things, all right? I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed. I'm sorry, I always think about her boobs when I look at her, and it's so annoying, because I'm not like that, you know? But she just... they're just in my face all the time. Like, she's like, motorboat. I'm like, no! No! Sorry. Coco, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like this. Please don't leave me. Okay. I don't think so. Okay, let's try talking to her again. Anything new? I don't know much about this shop, blah blah blah. No? Culture useless. I feel like they're still... I thought there was like... something else. Oh, now I can zoom in. Why couldn't I do that before? Whatever. Yes, nook and cranny. Woohoo! Ooh, that's expensive jewelry. What the hell? That's the one she's talking about then. The glass in this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank. But it's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus, the glass broke rather...
Ah!
What is it? Why do you sound like that?
I'm too lazy to do a proper scream. Sorry. I touched the glass and it cut my finger. Owie! Give me a kiss on the boo-boo.
No.
It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth. It hurts.
Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. I'm not your mother. Okay. Is there anything else useful? I don't think there's any point. But clearly we have to deduce, so... Alright, any evidence? Well, if the freaking little hat was there, then we're gonna present that. There's definitely something very unusual about this.
About what?
If the killer had broken the glass to get at the Mr. I-Fly bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that.
However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case.
Nope. No, there isn't.
Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor.
I'm willing to bet that this heart was knocked off its head at that time too.
That's nice.
You're so unhelpful. Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Mr. I-Fly from here after the turbulence. The plane shook so much during it that it made a huge mess of the shop. I would hate to be stuck in a patch of turbulence that bad. That's scary. Oh, girl, please. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Meele, and listen when I'm talking.
What?
But the murder occurred before the turbulence. which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon.
So, you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake?
Yes, even more fake than your breasts.
How dare you, even if that's true? Ah!
Yes, at this point, that is a very real possibility.
But then what if when the killer went to take Mr. Eyefly, they broke the glass by accident?
The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely.
Yeah, but there's one person who could've.
Oh, and who would that be?
Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything.
Miss Rhoda Tenero, huh? Looks like we have another suspect other than ourselves. Alright, I think we're done with that. Any other new logic? The turbulence. I wonder if we're gonna go with... I don't know. The broken glasses? No. I mean, it's possible. Alright, anything else? Can we look at these again? Suitcases. No. Should we talk to her? Anything new? Oh, about the shop. Okay. I was waiting for something new to pop up.
I cut my finger on those bad pieces of glass.
We know already. Don't blame the glass for something you did yourself. Just be more careful.
Same to you. You're the one walking all over broken glass. You sure you're okay?
I'm fine. Any glass I walk on, I crush like this. Proceeds to crush everyone's hopes and dreams with his fist. And he's like, you know, the easiest way to crush hopes and dreams is by cutting people's salaries. And Gumshoe's like, no, sir!
That's nice. Frickin' savage. Please be careful around the display case, okay? I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Compared to the glass around my feet, the inside of the case is nothing to be afraid of. After all, no glass fragments appear to have ended up inside.
Then I guess even you can tidy up the case, right?
Perish the thought. That ain't my job. Okay. I feel like I'm supposed to do some logicking. Dang nabbit. Logic, Binks, logic. Okay. I gotta do it. Are we going with the turbulence and the suitcases? Because they move. So that's kind of dangerous. Whoosh! Yeah, alrighty. Yes, there was definitely something wrong here, such as the fact that there are bubbles coming out of your hair.
They're not coming from my hair.
Where are they coming from then?
You don't want to know, unless you're not gay all of a sudden.
Okay, changing the subject.
What's with the sudden yelling? I was enjoying motorboating myself, clearly. That's why my head was down there. I'm
sorry. It's just the positioning and... Okay. God, this is the lewd Binks episode. That's all there is to it. I've been too calm and appropriate this whole LP compared to now. Tell me, Miss Meele, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases?
You mean other than how ugly they are? Well, sure. They totally ooze strange, like the color and the such.
That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention.
Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm so scared. Ah.
You don't look scared at all.
That's just my face after all the Botox injections.
You can't even say injections. Were you about to say ingestion?
No.
Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper.
Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? Like something up your butt, which I hear happens to you all the time. But I guess they take after their creator. Hee hee.
Oh, so Miss Tenero likes things up her... never mind. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meele. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. There we go.
That's what I needed to do. I kept wondering, I was like, I thought that you were able to look at the suitcases closer.
Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous.
Hee hee. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she'd heard what you just said.
You know, it's almost like you're obsessed with her.
I just hate her guts.
Sure. You know, there's a thin line between love and hate.
Shut up, Mr. Edgeworth. What's wrong?
She makes a good point. If it would... Wait, oh, I thought I said if for a second. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I've spotted something that's not quite right. What is so unusual about this suitcase? I'm going to say the price tag now.
The wheels. They look a little different, wouldn't you say?
Take that!
There's something very peculiar about these wheels.
Huh? As in,
there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it is very likely that this suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we?
oh. How do you zoom? Oh, something looks suspicious.
What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. This color and this scent. It appears the substance in question is grape juice.
Oh, I thought it was blood. Okay.
But why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase?
Okay. What else should we look at? Actually, let's look at the price tag for this hideous thing.
A $1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with a conscience, I'd say.
Who the hell would spend that much money for a frickin' suitcase, especially one that ugly? I'm sorry, I'm not spending more than a couple $100 for a suitcase. That's ridiculous. Even then, I try to find one on sale, you know? For like, I don't know, $50 or something.
It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside.
Oh, that doesn't look like grape juice.
A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood.
Ah, it's blood.
You almost sounded genuine there.
Sorry, I guess I'm trying my best, but it's like too much energy, you know?
It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to a murder after all.
There we go. So, explain this to me. What does this suitcase have to do with the murder?
I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps.
But aren't you just talking about the cloth then?
That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used this suitcase to transport is... the biggest thing of all. This statue. No. The cute Megane-kun who is dead.
Take that!
Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it?
Well, luckily that suitcase is big enough. Alright, more evidence. But...
In light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else.
But...
You stop saying but.
What? I was talking about butts, okay? I like big butts and I cannot lie.
First it's boobs and now it's butts. Thank God it's not Larry butts. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location.
So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it?
Exactly. What is it?
Nothing. Just that I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something.
Oh. Well, it's not looking good for Rhoda now. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yep, it's her.
Speak of the devil? Question mark? Are you a devil? I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments, however, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth.
She seems so earnest, it's hard to picture her as the killer. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. You, me, my boobs, all together.
Let it go, woman. I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meele reminded me about Miss Tennaro, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light.
And that will happen in the next episode. Finally, to be continued. Alright, I think we are no longer officially in the beginning of this case. Wahaha! Okay, thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. Sorry for being extra lewd and weird today. I don't know, something was in my drink or whatever. Looking for an excuse. There is no excuse, Biggs. Just accept that you are what you are. Forever thirsty. Alright, until next time, have a nice day. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And also make sure to ring the bell for notifications for new episodes. You can follow me on Twitch, where I stream every week, and also follow me on Twitter for updates. Until next time, have a nice day. Adios!